Good afternoon and welcome to another VLRP lesson. This is lesson number 18 for the grade 9 EFAL learners. Today we're going to look at the features of a newspaper report. My name is Ntempanya. I welcome you all. Right, firstly, let us find out what a newspaper report is. It is a piece of writing that informs the public about recent events or developments. Remember, this is a longer transactional text, 140 to 160 words. Now, what you must do there, you must make sure that you have informed. When you write a newspaper report, you are informing the public about recent events or developments. Recent events, the death of Presley Chonyaka is a recent development. Recent developments, the price of petrol might go down again. It's a recent development. Therefore, focus on the two when you write a newspaper report for 140 to 160 words. Remember, even though you are writing for creative purposes, you still have to bear in mind that this is going to be published in a newspaper or it will go online as a news outlet. So don't just write to get marks, but write to make sure that at least it is virtually closer to what the real newspaper report is. When you write this, you aim to provide to your marker, this time to your marker or your teacher, factual information about a specific event, about a recent event or recent developments. As I've already mentioned, this skills falls under writing and presenting, and it is supposed to be taught in term 2 in week 7 to 8 when you look at your ATP. Remember, it's only 140 to 160 words that you must use when you write a newspaper report. Let's go straight to features of a newspaper report. We have name of the newspaper. This is what must include when you write your newspaper report. This is what the structure or the format should look like. And that's where you get your second tier mark, the format. It is usually at the top of the front page, but it must always be on the front page, right above everything else. And this is how it looks like. There is the name of the newspaper, the Daily News. We have the headline. It's a catchy and attention-grabbing title that summarizes the main point of the story. It must catch the attention. It must grab the attention. The fonts must be catchy. They must attract the reader so that it captures the reader's attention. Let us look at this example of a headline. This is a headline. The shipwreck, gale force winds cause havoc. This is what? Your headline. This is how you should write your headline. Don't just take it for granted that because you're going to be marked and get marks, you're not going to stick to these guidelines. You'll have to write it in such a way that it is catchy and it is attention-grabbing so that you can get full marks on format. Another feature is a byline. What is a byline? It's a line of the text that identifies the author or authors of an article. Another example from the same newspaper article. Can you see the name of the author there? Yes, you can see it. It is written by Anya Smith. So that is a byline. When you choose to write a newspaper report or article, you need to include a name. Look at where it's supposed to be, right underneath or beneath the headlines. Another feature is the lead paragraph. What is the lead paragraph? It is the first paragraph that contains the most important facts. In the first paragraph, you should include the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. There we go. This is our lead paragraph. Who is the wind? The gale force wind. What? There was, which caused havoc. When? On Saturday night. Where? Alongside the coastal barrier or through the coastal barrier. Why? Because it was stormy. This was a storm. You should, when you write an article, remember, ask yourself a question. Did I include the who part? Meaning that the person. Is there a person or something that is affected? What is affecting that? When did that happen? At which place and why? Then you know that you have written the correct lead paragraph or the appropriate lead paragraph. Then we come to the body. Now the body provides more details about the event or issue, and it is presented in a clear and logical order. Don't jumble your facts around. It must be clear and it must make sense. Remember, you have to use between 140 and 160 words. You'll not get any marks if you include drawings or illustrations in your writing. I'm not going to talk about pictures because you won't be able to paste the picture during examination. But even if you are doing it for as a task, remember the next task 9. Task 9 is transactional text. When you write your task 9, do not cut out pictures. I don't know how we'll do it because it will be under supervised conditions. But remember, it's only writing, it's only letters, it's only words, no drawings and illustrations. Teachers, please, even if you do it informally, I've come across a lot of informal activities in which learners have used drawings and or illustrations. Teach them to use words. They've got 140 to 160 words. Let's look at that. And then you are assessed on the number of words used, not on the beauty of the drawings or illustrations or pictures, if that is possible. This will be this constitutes your body paragraph. It is clear, it is logical. So please do not try to impress. Write what we have discussed about here. Write only what is clear and logical. Then let's come to the language. Remember, we have content, we have planning, and then we have a format. Now, the second tier is your language, style, and editing. Now, let's look at the language. It must be formal because newspaper reports, you only use a formal and objective writing style. What do you mean by objective? You don't take sides. You write what is there. Remember, you are the eyes of the reader. You write what is there or as you are told. You don't have to misrepresent the fact. You write only what you can see or what you are told. Avoid using slang or informal language. When you write a newspaper report, you don't have to use slang or informal language. This is an example of a language, formal language, raised. Raised. Then reported speech. Quotes from people involved in the event or issue are frequently included, often using direct or indirect speech. Do not overuse quotes in your report. If you use it once, that's enough. We only want to see whether you can be able to write it, to include a quote. Here's an example. One of the crew on the lifeboat exclaimed, né? Now we are justifying your report. You are making it to be credible, to people to believe in it. Now you're quoting one of the crew on the lifeboat, and he explained, I have been sailing for 20 years, but I've never seen such a ferocious waves. That is how you quote. How you include a quote in your what? In your newspaper report. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. With the bird flying, that's the end of one of our lessons. And I hope that you have gained some of the information that will enable you to write a better newspaper report when you write your transactional text in term 3, task number 9. Until we meet again, thank you very much. Keep well and safe. Bye-bye.